3, episode 3. You like my little
I
party
see how
dance?
you have your own little dance, don't you? That's your party dance.
Yeah, I gotta dance for everything. I gotta.
Uh, you know, I'm glad you can dance
Well,
to your
we're
thing
back.
because I still feel like life is work.
It's always a series of life is life in. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. Government shutdown went into effect, all of this bullshit that's going on. This is why Who Woke the Savage is here to bring really good healing energy. Because I think people need this right now. The
That's a
country's
fact.
in the crapper.
And yeah, it's real shit is happening, and it's the time real shit is happening. So yes,
That's a fact. But let's tell the people who we are again, because we're back with episode 3 of Who Woke the Savage. I'm your girl, Miss Well and Woke, aka Day, and I'm kicking it with my homie.
Lady A Savage.
Woo! And we're here to get turned up with our royals and our real ones on episode 3. So, friend, I always keep my ear to the streets right now. And we got to talk about some feel good things. Like one of the biggest things that I feel like helps me rejuvenate and just feel motivated is music. Music has always been a major center focus of my life. I have music notes tatted on the side. I'm one of those people who like really enjoys like listening to music and like a playlist for everything. There's a song that matches every mood that I've ever had. And it's something that I usually teach
Okay.
my clients too. Right. So right now, we're going to get into it. There's a few things going down in the music hip hop culture that we're going to touch base on because I got a few choice words. Because there's two little raggaties making my city look crazy, but
Oh
we're going to
Lord.
circle back to that. Right. But friend, when it comes to music,
Okay.
what's that one song on your
Yes, sir.
playlist that just brings you joy and gets you amped up?
So I feel like it amps me up in a different way because it's that grown and sexy. I feel like we're in that grown and sexy stage. One of those days by Whitney Houston.
Yes.
When I play that, the world is okay. The world is okay. Everything is fine. Everything is moving in the right direction. Everything could be burning around me. I swear I'm gonna be in the kitchen dancing, making collard greens because I'm up here playing one of those days by Whitney Houston. I'm gonna dance my way to the spa. I'm gonna dance my way to get my nails done.
Yeah.
I'm going to have that playlist and I'm gonna play it from the house to the car.
Let me tell you something. Whitney Houston is one of those artists that can instantly set me into a positive mood, like instantly. And I'm telling you, I'm talking about I want to dance with somebody. Like I'm in there, like your love is my love. I'm
What?
feeling the good vibes. Like
I'm actually woman.
I'm gonna tell you, I have
Oh,
nothing.
okay.
I'm gonna tell you, I be in here. Woo! I'm gonna tell you that is definitely I'll clock that one. I will say that giving it a little shout out and a little credit to Jilly from Philly, who represent for all of my little plus size gorgies. Like I love Golden. Like I just be strolling like I'm taking my freedom.
Feel that.
Yes. Yes. Like it puts me in a good vibe and just
Feel
like
that. Okay,
right shifts energy. And that's how powerful I feel like music truly is.
I
It
feel
transcends.
for sure because it can lift you up, it
Right?
can bring you down, it can do all type of things. Okay, the right song can have you remember the first thing that ever happened in your life. The right song can have you cry if you ain't got nothing to be sad about. It just all depends. It's just the
Facts.
right thing can always be something to you.
The right song always has the ability to change your mood. I'm gonna tell you, when Kendrick Lamar was like, "We gonna be all right," I was in here pumping my chest. I was thugging hard.
Right?
I was feeling it. I felt it got me. Like I said, it can create a whole
Because he was
movement
speaking
behind the right song. Now I will. I'm gonna hit it because I said I was
for
gonna say
sure.
something, so I'm gonna say something for everybody listening out here. So when the album dropped, and I'm talking about my girl Cardi B, Cardi with the B, Am I the Drama? Am I the Drama was bumping heavy for me. I'm not gonna tell y'all no lies. I was
Ah,
bumping that song
okay,
Safe with Kalani. Kalani first had me up here talking about, oh, I was ready to pack up
okay.
my stuff and I was folding clothes and putting them away. And then once that song came out with her and Cardi,
Okay.
I was like, this is a win for me because Safe spoke to my mood. It spoke to where I am in life right now. It spoke to that part of me that wants to enter into this lovely soft girl era that we're all talking about. And so I enjoyed it. And then the gag is,
Everybody's talking about.
right? So now we got all of the hip hop girlies that entered the chat that created all of this girl on girl crime. And I'm just so disgusted with everything that's going on in the world. I feel like it's crazy to have people just like disrespect one another and just like put each other down and tear down each other's image. It's hard enough out here as a Black woman and women of color just to succeed.
But that's a fact. I feel like we had this conversation before. We can all deal without having to tear each other down. We all can be somebody without having to knock the next person. It's enough out here for everybody. Everybody
Facts.
can eat.
There's room for
Yeah, we
everybody to
don't
eat.
have to sit
Like
up here and knock each other down.
you
For
can
sure.
have 20,000 rap girlies. Like I rock with people like Lola Brooke, Mana Leo, Maya the Don. I was like, all of these different females in rap culture is lit for me. Dochi, everybody. I love the artistry and I love the music because everybody has a different vibe. They promote a different feeling. When I want to say I'm FN free, I'm gonna listen to Glow, right? When I want to be on my Bodega Baddie, I'm gonna listen to
I
Cardi.
feel that
When
way
I want
about
to be in
Glow.
my Barbie zone, I'm gonna be a Nicki Minaj. Like it's music has the ability to
Mhm.
transcend feelings and emotion because there's something to offer to everybody. We can all see ourselves in the music that we listen to.
For sure.
But yeah, I had to call them out
For
because they got
sure.
me tight. I was
And
like,
that's why I
the
said we
NYC
all go
pettiness,
to each other.
right? Y'all making the Bronx look bad. They was making
That's
New
just
York
to
look
call them
bad,
out.
friend.
You gotta call them out.
I did. Because we're talking about joy and music. And I was so hyped up to talk about all of this new music that I've been hearing. I'm even bumping Gunna. We know that whole situation with Gunna. We ain't going to talk about that. But
Please
I was
don't.
like,
Thank you.
I even gave Gunna his play. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I do feel like when it comes to music that there's so much that we can get from it. So like, how do you feel like you process your emotions while listening to music? What do you feel like helps work for you? Because I know on the way to work in the morning, if gospel's not playing, I'm finna light up my office. I'll be ready to air it out.
So, okay, when it comes to music, I feel like I'm a little different when it comes to that. I'm definitely a little backwards. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna bump some Jesus. I'm gonna bump some Jesus, but it's a little backwards. So I feel like I'm not a morning person. Everybody that knows know I'm not a morning person. So for me, in the morning, I have to be a trapper. So I'm trapping in the morning. So I'm on my way to work,
Trap music in
5
the
o'clock,
morning.
and I'm trapping. I'm Yes, I'm selling bricks in my head. Okay, I'm out here getting it out the mud at 5 o'clock in the morning because that's what's going to amp me up to go up in here. Now, once I get
You
these
the
building
you
wins up
listening to the
happening is,
artist that's
I put on some R&B. I got Yeah, I'm up here. I'm cooking. I'm cooking. Okay. By the time I get in the office, by the
hey
time I get in the
cooking.
office, now I'm listening to R&B. When I'm winding down, I'm 90s. I'm winding down a little bit. Then midday, when people start kind of pissing you off, and you know, went in that meeting and somebody has said the wrong thing, and a certain thing didn't happen that didn't rub you the right way. Now I'm listening to gospel. So now I need to make sure I hold on to a little bit of sense I got. I need Jesus to hold me close, so I don't sit up here and forget that I need this job.
When you said Jesus got to hold you close so you don't forget, I felt that in my core. I
I
felt that
forget
in
that I
my
need this
core.
job.
Because I'm gonna be real with you.
Hmm.
Like R&B
And
is
then,
probably my constant state of vibe. Because I will say like all of the whole day while I'm
mhm.
sitting at work, if I have the opportunity to play music, it's definitely going to be R&B. And I'm talking anything from Anita Baker all the way to LMA. I'm listening to some of everybody. Like my vibe is
Oh,
locked in
yeah,
when it comes
same.
to music, right?
Yeah,
But you know what?
for
I
sure.
gotta see.
After
I can
gospel,
only play
then
trap.
I go right to
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm listening to trap music, that usually means that I'm experiencing some type of anger or aggression. I'm not even gonna hold you because if I drop the trap music, I may end up in an accident. I may knock somebody, I may tail them, I may chase. Cause trap get me all the way turned. Like I learned that about myself.
no,
Like when it comes to music and me driving, y'all know I'm gonna be on the I-10 by 10 next week. If I listen to trap music on the way out there, I'll get there in an hour and 30 minutes. Kid you not. That drive is gonna go by if I listen to trap.
So I know for me, like I said, church music, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna get turned, but I feel like it's a different kind of turn. Like I feel like it's like I said, I'm not a morning person, so it just ate me up. So I'm just in the car like what quarter brick, half a brick, whole brick, hey, like I'm up here, I'm knocking, like I don't care. Like I'm listening to everything. I'm listening to whatever makes me feel like that I should probably be a drug dealer in another life for real. Like that's how it's going down. Honestly, like it just all depends, but it just ate me up, but in a different way. See, you get amped up
I
and you
get you.
start doing 85 and a 45. That's a whole different act right
That's
there.
what I'm saying. I feel like I got to start ducking the D's and stuff like that. Anytime I listen to trap music, I feel like I got to start ducking the D's. Like I'm sitting,
You
I'm
know what I'm
riding real low. I got the seat cranked back and stuff in the whip. I'm telling you,
saying?
at best,
Yo,
I told you I've been listening to Am I the Drama. I'm over here like, salute. Like I'm over here getting it. Like that's it. That's all I can do when I listen to music.
it
Like,
does,
but
it does.
you, it does, but it helps the day go by a lot quicker. I feel like it just sets a whole mood for me. Like, and I need it. Like, I could not live without music, and I'm
For
100%
sure.
honest about that. I don't know what we would do, especially I feel like for the culture, us as Black people, it's something about rhythm, blues, whether it's country, rock, pop. I don't care what you listen to. It's
You
something
need
so
it.
rhythmic and infused that we need it. It helps like soothe the soul. It helps energize. Like there's not a
Yeah.
time that I could exercise that I'm not, I gotta have my workout playlist. Like I feel like it's just so it's built into every part of my day. So I don't know if anybody else out here who's listening to us, if they have certain songs that get them amped up for the day, that motivate and encourage them, send that, drop that, let us know whatever gets you amped up. I wake up to Cash Doll sometimes too. I will say my alarm clock is Cash Doll. Wake that ass up. I'm gonna tell you,
Let me get this
I'm up
right.
for the
You
bag, I'm
can't
up for the
listen to trap.
cash.
You can't listen to trap because you're gonna get 85 and a 45, but you're gonna wake up to cash though. It's crazy to me. It's
I'm
diabolical.
telling you, waking up
All
to
magic.
cash, y'all gotta understand. Look. Waking up to Cash Doll does this for me. Otherwise, I'll hit that snooze button 3 times. When she say wake that ass up, bitch, I'm up. I get up. I'm telling you. When she's like, I'm up for the bag, I'm up for the cash. I be like, I'm up.
No, absolutely not.
I'm up. I'm ready to go to work. I'm ready to go to
So
work. I'm
you
ready
can
to
wake
get the
up to
paper.
cash though.
Like,
That is crazy. You can wake up to cash though, but you telling
yes.
me you'll do 85 to 45 with me trap music. Wow, that's
I
diabolical.
tell you,
That's all. I'm not waking up.
I do. I
I'm
gotta
sorry.
be
I'm not
careful.
waking up to cash though. I can't do that. No, I'll wake up
Yeah,
to the sweet sound
the
of every song. That's what I wake up to.
I'm telling you, it gotta give me Luther.
I
I
wake
gotta
up
never
to the
too
sweet
much.
songs
Like
of every
I
song.
gotta.
I can't do it.
But that's just, you know what? It's a
Sweet
different
sound of
mood. Like
music.
I'm telling you,
What? No, for real.
that's it. That's it. I was like,
I know that.
there's
I
certain
know that.
people that change the
I did.
game. Like we all got our people that we gotta rock with. You know what I'm saying? Now I feel like when it comes to healing the club, I heard something a long time ago that somebody told me. They said that you can't find your life mate at a party. And I know back in the day, that's where everybody used to meet their little cuddy buddy, their future husband was in the club. You used to go to those, everybody know them ones like, hey, I'm gonna shout out a few. I'm gonna shout out one in Baltimore back in the day, if you know what the velvet rope was.
Don't shout out
If you
nothing.
was in New York and you was in
Don't shout out nothing. Don't shout out nothing.
I'm telling you, I'm shouting it out. If you was in New York and you was hitting up Webster Hall, gang, gang. If you was in Providence, gang, gang. All right. If you was at Bourbon
Mm.
Street in Baltimore,
I'm about to say Bourbon Street. You got
I
to call Bourbon Street. I knew you was gonna say Bourbon Street.
I was gonna say Bourbon Street. See, I'm just saying back in
But
the
here's
day
how I feel
when
like,
you used to
okay,
go into the club was clubbing. You was cutting
so here's
loose.
how
You
I
was
feel
letting your
when it
hair
comes
down.
to that. People be like, you can't find your mate in the club. People say you can't find your mate in the club. I feel like it depends on the person you are, right? So here's my thing. My thing is this: don't go in the club looking for a partner, and then when you find one, get mad because they stay in the club after the fact. I ran into people like that, where you found your man or your girl in the club, but then turned around and then got mad because now that y'all together, you can't keep them out the club. Baby, you met them in the club. What you talking about? That
Well,
when you
facts.
started that
That's
in the
my whole
circle,
thing is
you knew what was happening.
See, that's my whole thing. When you go into the club, you can't go in there looking for love. Too many people, I feel like, are disillusioned to how you meet a proper mate. I do feel like you can connect with people when you go out. Like a social function is a social function. We at that age where it's a good lounge.
For sure.
It's a good day party. It's a social outing
Yes.
that possibly ends at 12 o'clock. I'm
Yes.
just saying, I'm just keeping it a bean. I was like, I don't want to be with nobody's man at 3 o'clock in the morning. We still in here and the let out is coming. I don't do the let out no more. I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like people cut themselves short.
Yeah.
Like just going out to social events where you're in those lounge type spaces where music is being played. It's great networking that's done in those spaces. You can potentially meet somebody who got their head on their shoulders the correct way. So when I do hear people say like, oh no, you know, you can't meet nobody, you shouldn't be going out to those spaces looking for the right one, intention is key. I think when you go into certain places and your intentions are good, that you want to have a good time, you're trying to have fun, you're trying to be open to enjoying yourself, the potential of you finding decent people, it multiplies. And I think people are missing that now. Everybody's so concerned when you go into like the club and the lounge used to be places where you really kick down, you let your hair down after a long work day, after a long work week. You had a good time. You sweated all of that stress out. Like I said, you was throwing it in a circle, right? You had a good cocktail mix, and now it becomes an anxiety-producing situation for some people. They feel like they can't find the same joy when they enter into those club spaces because the cameras is out. Not every moment that we have is being clocked. Everybody clocking a little T.
Just like you said, the fact of the matter is, I can go to the club. Like I said, I'm not going to look for anybody. But the fact of the matter is, just like me, just like you, just like anybody else, you can find decent people that go to the club. Like you said, you had a long work week. Shit was hard. You had to dance your pain away, do whatever. You just want to get out, let your head down, whatever the case may be for your situation. So what's happening is, I'm not looking for anybody, but I can feel a vibe. If the vibe is cool, yeah, all right, we might end up kicking it. And then it is what it is after that. But you're not going in like, I'm going to find
Facts.
my lover at the club. I'm going to find my husband at the club. I'm going to find my wife at the club. No, baby, don't go that deep. Don't go that deep with it. Like, if you happen to go out and you with your people and they say, hey, let's get out, let's have a good time, and you happen to find another good vibe out there, that's cool. But don't go in that joint thinking like, oh, yeah, like I'm about to just find my life partner in the club. Let me go looking for my life in the
Exactly.
club. No,
That's what I'm
baby, don't
saying.
do that.
I don't think you should go looking and searching for nobody when you get into those environments, but I do think that you should, like I
Don't
said,
do that.
relax your shoulders, you know? Now I'm gonna say this. This is one of those things because Carnival had already came out and said they was banning the fans. I was like, this year I'm gonna give Black people something. One of the top charted songs coming out of South Carolina was that Boots on the Ground. It was like the Negro call. I'm gonna tell you, it was like Squad A. Everybody
Boots
was
on the
pulling
ground.
up. If you didn't have a fan, if you wasn't doing the dance, that was like a new Negro spiritual. I feel like we all found each other and hugged every time we heard Boots on the Ground. With all the drama that's going on in the world,
Oh,
whether
really?
you was at a
I
barbecue,
ain't gonna lie.
picnic, the club, the lounge, the street corner, if Boots on the Ground came on, the fan came out of my pocket. It came out the car side door. Like, yeah, I was ready.
Here's my thing though. I feel like this though. Now it's so they Boots on the ground boy. That song, man. No matter where you are now, I feel like you can't even go to a restaurant without being like, let me not leave without my fan. Like you just feel like you gotta keep the joint on you now. It's like having like a gun on your side on your head. Like you be like, I gotta keep the fan because you never know. Like I've been places where it shouldn't even be no fans in the building, but that song dropped and now everybody just like hold it, hold it, hold it. You be like, God damn, like where did you pull that fan out from, baby?
Let me tell you, as a team building exercise at my company, they figured that we should teach
No.
people how to do boots on the ground. Now, let me tell you, when I was asked to go up to the little PowerPoint board, I didn't know what was about to happen. They was like, any volunteers? We just want some people to participate in the presentation. So I'm like, all right, here I go with my hand in the sky. Then I get up there to participate, and I was like, whoa, whoa. I was like, what's the first thing that happened? I was like, wait, we about to do boots on the ground in front of the whole company? Now, all of a sudden, I'm teaching Joe and
It was
accountant.
so
I'm like,
natural.
right, to the left, to the right. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is crazy. That, like I
Now
said,
you
we need that
a teacher.
every so often. There's a song that comes out that really activates our community, and I'm gonna say like when Beyonce remixed Frank Beverly and Maze Before I Let Go, we were activated. It's like we need when
For
Solange
sure.
dropped her album and we like I was like, this right here is for us. Like we there's always a track
Mhm.
that speaks to the culture and the movement
It was like the
and that
wobble.
creates
It was like the
healing for
wobble.
us.
It was something. Yes. It was like the wobble. It was like the cha-cha slide. It was like the booty call. When it came out, it was like something that was like, hey, one band, one sound. This is for us.
This is for us. And we need more moments like that. I think with everything, like, we were saying that we're in
For sure.
uncertain times. Economically, the country is going through a hard time and a lot of people are going to experience devastation moving forward, and you have to find moments of joy and celebration, and I feel like when we do have these roll call type of
Let me tell
anthems
you.
that come out, it's a great time for us to pour into our people. And just to, like, I feel like that's one time where you could go into a spot and look at another Black person, look at another person of color, and it's like a shared smile and a shared look on our faces because we're standing in unity. We need more
Yeah,
moments like that.
for sure, you do. Especially like you said, we definitely in a situation in the economy nowadays where like shit's getting real and it's going down. I want to say this too. For anybody who is very low right now, my heart is out to y'all. I swear it is. Just hold on. Shit is going to get better. I promise you, because shit is getting real, and it's all we can do is work on us and try to make our way. Do what we can do for us, for real. Don't count on nobody. Make
Uh,
something happen. Make it shake and do what you gotta do, and keep praying up. Seriously.
and that's
Whatever you
100%.
believe
Like you
in,
said,
put your effort in that, and that's for real.
exactly. And I think that for so many people who are running the risk of losing their jobs in the near future or temporary layoffs that are happening to people, it is a time to be prayerful, to meditate, to really tap in and also hone your creativity, right? Like I know one thing is a lot of people put a lot of energy into
Yes,
9 to 5s for the effort for them to get money. But I'm gonna tell you, you are beautiful, talented, smart, and creative. That's naturally in us. It's not just in us, it's on us. When that becomes the reality, create other avenues for yourself. Sometimes God's rejection is protection, and He'll bring you into spaces that allow you to reinvent. But one thing I don't want our people to do is lose their mind.
for sure.
Don't lose your mind behind the crap that's going on in this world that's meant for us to feel discouraged and to tear us down right
Right.
now. We need to pay attention to our community. We need to pay attention to our kids. We need to lock in heavy, heavy, heavy on the big one because we don't know where everything holds
Yes,
for the future. And I really just want people to
for real.
cultivate and create. Work on a plan with your family, create safety plans with your loved ones in case of any emergency. I ain't gonna put out too much detail because y'all know what y'all gotta do. Real G's move in silence. But I want y'all to start
That's
like
it.
really, really getting together and making things happen.
And that's what it really is. That's what it's
Like,
really about. Make something move for you. I feel like if it's one thing anything taught us, especially COVID taught us that we all the time that we all got secret gifts. Put them to use. This is the time to put them to use. If you became a nail tech during COVID, start using it. If you became a hairstylist, start braiding somebody's hair. This is the time to put all those extra crafts and things that you learned and
man,
things that you thought you would never do. Start putting them in. This is the time.
during
Right
I'm
now.
gonna I'm gonna tell you honestly,
Like I said,
during COVID, I launched my business. COVID, I learned how to crochet. COVID, I'm gonna sit up there. I was designing
that's what I'm
jackets and
saying.
everything like that. COVID had me tap into myself. I was like, I learned how to do yoga. Where there was devastation, there was
Cause
also
you
magic. I'm gonna be honest.
Because you made an amazing point. The thing is, at the end of the day, don't let this make you lose your mind. Now, here's the thing: everybody has the right to be upset. I'm not saying don't be upset. If you
I'm
right
mad as
now,
shit.
like I said, if something's happening and you furlough this and the third, you had the right to be mad and this and the third. But don't make it lose your mind. Don't make them lose your mind. Don't lose your mind. It's like be mad, be upset, but take that anger and put it into something and make something happen. Because I guarantee you
And I
that will pay
express
off in the
this.
long run or whatever. And
I
like
tell
we
people I
said
express
before,
this.
whatever you need to do to cope.
I say this all the time. Like I said, as a mental health professional, the thing that starts to spearhead for people is anxiety. And so many people are walking around with anxiety and agitation without even realizing it. Back in the day, I had read a book called Soothe Your Nerves by
For
Dr.
sure.
Angela Barnett. And this book basically pointed out that we always say, like, this is getting on my nerves. I got bad nerves. This is stressing me out. And when we say that, we're also referring to our experience of anxiety. When we say that something is working your nerves, it's getting you anxious. It's taking you to a place of agitation that is hard to come back from. And I feel like I'm seeing so many people get there where people are walking around frustrated and angry. And we live in a society where that's a crash effect, right? If negativity is being projected out into the environment, it's likely for all of us to experience that. So I'm one of those people that be like, how you carry yourself. And when you speak light and love into yourself and into other people, we can change the trajectory. So yeah, there's going to be a lot that makes us angry. I'm angry about what's happening where you have people disrespecting our HBCUs and creating chaos and unsafe situations for us, and especially for all of us of color. I'm angry about what's going on with ICE, how they picking up everybody of color off the street and creating unsafe situations for us. I'm angry about police brutality. I'm angry about mass incarceration. I'm angry about some of the businesses that get put into our communities that take from us and don't pour back into us. I'm angry about all of it. But one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to let them see me sweat, and I'm not going to let them win. We are entitled to all of this joy.
That is the message. That is the message. Never let them see you sweat. And that's the bottom line. The fact of the matter is, shit gonna always be hard. Like you said, life is always gonna life at the end of the day. Life is always gonna life for everybody. And that's the thing that I need people to understand in times like this too. Give people some leeway too. Give people some grace. Because a lot of people tend not to speak on their problems, not to let you know what's going on and put you in their business. Give everybody some grace right now. This is the grace season. Give people grace. People need it. Because a lot of times you do not know what people are going through. Life for everybody. If you think you got something going on, trust me, I guarantee you somebody who got something going on 10 times worse. Let people have grace and just be mindful of that. That never let them see you sweat.
That's a fact.
Grace.
You do. This is a great time to extend grace to people. I think that before, if you didn't hear from somebody, you're like, oh, I haven't connected with one of my homies. I saw a video recently. It was like, we got to start taking things a lot easier on people. I'm not saying that we don't hold folks accountable, but at the same time, if you haven't heard from somebody in a while, you don't know what silent battles people are fighting these days. And there's a lot of people who are fighting silent battles. Like, the struggle is real. And we do have to extend grace, and we also have to create opportunities and safe spaces for people too, because I do find that like having community around me, having loved ones and friends that I could talk to, like you already know, sis, you gave me one of my favorite comforting acts, my new act of solitude. I'm gonna let you tell the people, what's one thing that you like to do when you had a long day? Because I've adapted to this. Like, I'm telling you, friend, I'm locked in. Like, the guy at the counter, he already got my order times 10. Tell the folks what you do.
you know your name. Okay. So for anybody who wasn't here for season 1, we had a conversation about what do you do when you just kind of want your own little me time. So for me, anybody, this is what I do personally. When it's been a hard day and life been lifing and you just can't deal, and I need some time for me and nobody else, I'm not worried about the world. I personally, I will go and get me some crab legs. Whether it's your local grocery store, I know for me, I'm in Maryland, they see local grocery store, so I go get my steamed crab legs. Get your favorite beverage, whatever that may be. Whether it's, for me, it was a cola champagne, whether it's a beer, whether it's a cooler. Lately, life been really hard. I had me a little Johnny Walker. Whatever works for you. Get your beverage, your crab legs, put on your favorite show, whether it's your music, whatever it is, and you sit there. Nobody matters in that moment. So I eat my crab legs, I drink my beverage. Nobody matters. I don't care what's going on in the world. It does not affect me at the moment. I'm watching. Girl, you know me. I'm a TVer. So I'll be up here watching my husband movie. I'm eating my crab legs. I'm up here drinking my little whatever my beverage is. Don't do that. We're not doing that. Whatever my drink is, I'm drinking that. I'm eating my crab legs, and it's about me. I'm not worried about nobody else. That's it. And then when I'm done eating my crab legs, when the beverage is over, that's when I go back to life shit.
The crab leg thing is like spot on. I'm gonna tell you, when you told me, just like you said, if you're having a rough day and you need to debrief now, like I said, I'm a pescatarian, so seafood is on game for me all day. But I'm gonna tell you, friend, this summer, when life was lifing, I took my ass straight to the grocery store, got me some crab legs steamed with some Old Bay. That's all I needed in my life. I said, came back, had my little Olipop as a beverage, like you said. On harder weeks, it was more like a Heineken or a Corona or maybe even a Modelo for the real ones out there. Who knows? But I'm gonna tell you, the crab leg thing was a mood changer for me. I'm not even gonna stunt. I don't know. I feel like my endorsements were getting
It
boosted. Like I
didn't.
felt like my plans were
It
like
worked, didn't it?
the things that
I
have
ain't gonna
been
lie.
like this year. I'll tell you this: between a good crab leg and a cocktail, I'm gonna tell you the gym. The gym has been like another safe haven for me. I don't know about y'all, but I was like,
Yeah.
I love a good workout to some R&B and hip hop. That's one thing. That's when I listen to trap when I exercise. Because I'm gonna tell you, if I'm lifting weights,
You know,
trap music.
you know what mine is.
I'm saying trap music.
You know what mine is. So besides the crab leg thing, we talked about it. For mine, line dancing. A good line dance will put me in a different mood too. Learn a good line dance, I'd cut everybody. I'd be on my own little square learn a little line dance. And I ain't lying. I'll be out here knowing all the shit for real too. I'll be up here
Look,
busting
let
that
me
shit.
tell you,
Like, I'll be up here tearing that shit up.
the I told you I took my mama to a line dance class because I was like, hey, you know what? I want to get everybody in the community nice and fit and active and everything like that.
Hmm.
I'm one of those people. I like different forms of fitness to be creative. And the line dancing class was lit. They had us working up a black sweat. I ain't gonna hold y'all. If you down south, I know that's already been the wave.
Oh,
But
you know
being
what?
here in New York, when I started finding line dance classes, and I'm telling you, it was all types of line dance that I didn't even know. I was learning the ones from us, all of the AAs, the African American line dances. Then I started learning a little bit of like Salsa con Fuego. I was getting up there with those line dances. Then they had me with the little African line dances. I was like, they
They
had
got line
us
dance for everything.
moving, baby. It's a line dance for everything. If you don't know,
They
then you
got line
should.
dance for everything.
Everybody was in the
That's
class.
why I
And
said
I
I
think
know for me.
that's a good
Yeah, I
one.
know for me, that's my thing. My name, like I said, and like I said, the crab legs. I tell you what it is too, and I tell people this because people be like, when I told people, and you was one of them at first, you wasn't a believer, but you know now. I tell people like it's the cracking of it,
True.
it's the fidgeting of it sometimes for real. Because even like I
Oh,
do
you
crab
like
legs,
the
sometimes I do
ass of
crabs,
it.
but it's the breaking, it's the fidgeting of it.
So people do find like, okay, like
Yeah,
you know those
sometimes it's
videos where
just
people used to
it's like
like eat crabs on camera and they be snapping and popping and slurping and all of that stuff. That used to freak me out. I
hmm
can't watch no
no,
video
I don't
seeing
gotta hear
nobody
all that.
eat. But I
Yeah, I
but
ain't
I
gotta hear
do
all
agree
that.
with you. It's something relaxing about eating crab legs. I think you're right. It's that
Yes,
ASMR, like it's kind of like the little
it's
pop
the
snap when
relaxing
you
of it. And
get the
yet, like,
crab just right. Yeah.
yes. And it's kind of like,
Hmm.
honestly, it's kind of like for people that, like, you ever met somebody that be fidgeting kind of something, like when you get anxiety or
Yes.
whatever, and you kind of fidget. I feel like it takes that away because you're kind of doing something with your hands, but you're also getting pleasure because it's something that you like too. First of all, I didn't know that I was,
Adults need
at this
fidget
point, I'm about to
toys.
brand this shit because I didn't know that she was going, I didn't know you was going to become a crab head, a crab leg when you leave them. I didn't know this. I didn't know you was going to listen to what I said.
First off,
I thought it was for the viewers.
look, because
Meanwhile, here
I
you
had already
go.
loved crab. I had already loved crab,
I
right,
understand
friend?
that.
You just can buy my loves. You
Oh,
can
baby.
buy my two loves,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
I was like, I got a cocktail, crab legs, and a good TV show. And like you said, that little snap pop that go with the crab
and
legs is
we had a
very
ball
soothing.
last time. We ate some trash.
We did. We cut up. We cut up.
But you know
Those
what?
people
I'm gonna
wanted to
tell
kick
you
us
all
out the
too. I do
hotel.
it for my yes. I do it for- They did. Not really. They really wanted to crash for real. I do it for my own personal when it's my me time, but I have noticed like sometimes even like for example, and I noticed when we did it, having a crash and having the right people around you and having good conversation. And you don't need a lot of people. It ain't gotta be no family reunion type people. Like, but having the right people around you and you having a good conversation and you cracking and you doing this and everybody kind of on the same wave. Because low key, y'all probably just a snap away from losing your minds, low key.
Well, true.
It
That's what I
it
think
it
people
does
should bring
something to
back.
you. Just letting that
People
out.
should bring back Sunday dinner. Like if you go back to like I always say like soul food when you used to watch that movie back in the
Well,
day,
we
right?
still do Sunday
Sunday
dinner.
dinner
This
was a
house.
thing, right? I tell you, we just had Sunday dinner and we hadn't had it in a few weeks, but I was like I had my uncle and everything was in town, my aunt was in town, and we sat down for a Sunday dinner. And it was so nice just kicking it with family, right? And of course, you know, I was on the ones and twos as a DJ. So I needed to have that good old school R&B that's playing like you know what I'm saying? But you got earth, wind, and fire
What?
on the speakers. Like you got to have that good, feel good music. And the conversation that generated was warm and engaging. Like I know sometimes being around family could be a little bit of a stressful situation for a lot of folks, but it could also be a very empowering one because I feel like the
Depending on
old
you.
generation gets to teach. the young generation gets to teach the old generation. And we're also like planning with one another, talking and engaging in real conversations that matter. Sunday
No, for
dinners.
sure. So
Hashtag
I
bring
know
back
for
Sunday
me,
dinner.
in
If
my
you're not
house,
doing it, grab a few of your friends and do Sunday dinner
so
with your
I'll say
homies.
this.
Just do Sunday dinner.
So I'm gonna tell you now, in my house, for real, if you was ever over here on a Sunday, Sunday dinner is a thing. If I don't cook any other day during the week, I'm cooking on Sunday. Like you said, the collard greens are simmering, okay? The food, the turkey wings are in the oven. Stuff is getting done, okay? Stuff is getting cooked. Like you said, I'm sitting up here, Anita Baker, Luther, Johnny Gill, everybody, New Edition is in the background. Stuff is jamming. Now we all know, oh, especially all the fellas know, but definitely women too. We know it's football season now. So now the game is playing.
Oh, football
Everything else,
season on
depending on
Sunday
what
with the
time the
Sunday
game is, the
dinner.
food already done. Football season, not a game. Yeah, but
Let me
I
let
feel
me
like
tell
it's one of
you,
those things where I feel like,
I'm
I
big.
know for me, I think what ended up happening was, um, my grandmother always cooked Sunday dinner, right? That was always the thing.
My
Like
grandmother,
R&B,
my grandmother was
always cooked
big on
Sunday
Sunday
dinner.
dinner
That was her
too.
thing.
Shout out to real grandmothers because
Yes.
grandmas were the
So
ones who
I
were
feel
holding it down for
because of
Sunday
her,
dinner.
facts. So like we would go to church. She legitimately already had dinner done. By the time you come back to her house, dinner's already cooked. It been on slow burn the whole time you was in
Ooh,
church. For real.
when
So
you unlock the whole memory.
I'm telling you, it was on slow burn. We would go to church, pick grandma up from the house, go to church. Everything been on slow burn. You come back,
Yep.
you make your plates, you doing whatever, you taking it home. So I feel like because of that, I feel like I've always been a person where like when I started getting into the realm of cooking and doing all these things, if I don't cook any other day, you is gonna sit down and you
Sunday.
gonna eat this Sunday dinner. Something's gonna happen. You gonna be in this
So,
house.
friend,
Everybody's gonna be in attendance for Sunday dinner. And that
facts. Friend, you know me very well. So you know my favorite thing is I'm always cooking a pot of greens, whether it's collard greens, lima beans, string beans. It's something that with greens that just speaks to my soul. I kale greens, I gotta keep me a few greens, just heal the soul for me, right? And I'm telling you, if I got my R&B playlist and I'm making my greens, them
respect.
greens is extra with love. They mixed in. And that Sunday dinner thing is big because I tell people all of the time, whether I'm around all of my family or a group of people or even just cooking for some of my friends, I like to make Sunday dinner just for myself. It's something so therapeutic about just getting into my culinary bag where I want to make nice, wholesome meals that remind me of those Sundays. Like I said, like my grandmother was always big, waking us up, going to church. And like you said, that meal that she started preparing,
Like
she was up there she was seasoning that bad boy the night before. That food was getting seasoned up the day before. She was cooking at 5 a.m. She
what?
was ready with her church hat on and we
Pressing
was
the
ready to go to
time.
church. And by the time we
What?
came back, it was on like popcorn. I ain't gonna
Done.
tell you nothing. I'm gonna tell you, we
She,
got to
al-
keep that
she
value
already
system
made
and
the
those
pies and
traditions
everything.
going. Look, I'm gonna tell you, that's when
Okay.
grandma made like
But you
three
know what?
course meals with dessert.
What? Like I said, she already crusted the pie last night, made the pie. The pie been ready since last night for real, low key on grandma end. Whatever, you know what I
Pie
mean? But
been
I did
ready.
feel you on that. Like I wanted people like everybody's even if everybody's gone, I feel like I'm still doing it for me. I'm still doing it because it's me. I had everybody not be around on Thanksgiving, and I still made like cooked a little Thanksgiving meal, and still ate
Yup.
Thanksgiving because you know what I'm saying. Like that
You
don't
know,
stop no show. This, that, and the third. Or whatever it may be.
I want to talk to the people out there about that because you said something that's really powerful. Like, so not everybody has a squad of people. They don't have a tribe, whether it's family or friends. So even if you're alone, you can make the
In
moment
fact,
special for yourself. We're entering into that special holiday season. Don't feel like you can't entertain yourself. Whether it's if you want to watch that really good movie and sit down and, like you said, open up a bottle of wine and cook a really nice meal for yourself, you should be doing that. Whether it's Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, I don't really care. Eid, like whatever the holiday is, get it, like, create moments for
I
yourself where you're, you
felt
know what
it.
I'm saying, where you're celebrating and having a good time, because I think we take that for granted, that it doesn't take a whole community of people for you to celebrate yourself and have moments of peace. And I love that, friend. We should definitely encourage more people to do that. Bring back Sunday dinners for the squad, for your fam, and just for you. Do it because it gives you peace of mind.
Bring, it's a hashtag Sunday dinner. So,
Hashtag bring
friend,
back Sunday dinner. Yes, friend.
so friend, you know what time it is.
Ooh, tell people what time it is.
Savage question
Savage question
time.
time. Ow. Okay. Hit me.
Yes, ma'am. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What does healing look like when no one is watching?
I had to learn that, right? I heal for myself. I don't heal for other people. And so in private, what that looks like for me
Mm,
is I'm somebody who likes to open up a good journal and sit with my thoughts and write out how I feel. Sometimes I find myself writing letters to people who have committed acts of harm towards me, whether they know it or not, just so that I'm in a space where I need to express myself. Sometimes healing looks like for me. I'm somebody I'm 420 friendly for those of y'all out here listening. Sometimes it looks like a scroll and a roll just for me to pin my elevations and relax. Sometimes healing looks like for me sitting, meditating, and praying and connecting and bringing it to the Lord. Like it looks different for different people, but when I'm
that's
alone,
right.
I feel so empowered in those moments where I can sit with my thoughts and truly process how I feel. That's what healing looks like for me when I'm by myself and nobody's around watching.
Okay. I definitely understand everything you said. Healing for me, I feel like has no look. It doesn't even have a
Mm,
look because you won't even see it.
Talk to me, friend.
It has no look because sometimes people, I feel like sometimes people don't even know what you go through, so you don't even know I'm healing. It doesn't even have a look for me because for me, healing could be crying in the shower. Healing could be like we said,
Mm.
music, listening to that song.
Oh, that's
Healing could be like you said,
tears.
writing an apology letter. To me, healing doesn't have, yes, to me, healing doesn't have a look because you will not see it on me. I will not look like what I've been through.
Let me tell you something. I think that's different phases of healing. Like what you're speaking to, I feel like is really powerful when it comes to no one knows, like I said, the silent battles that people face. And I think everybody needs a good cry, whether you're
Yes,
male or female. You need to have a moment where you let it all out. I think
everybody
people
needs a good
have
cry.
such a visceral reaction to the idea of crying. And I was like, we all need to vet our emotions properly. And having a good cry, baby, let it out your system. Ugly cry
Let
when
me
you
tell
by
you.
yourself. Like snot bubble it out if you
Let me
need
tell
to get all of that out of you, get that
you.
venom out of
Having
you.
a good cry can change your goddamn. Having a good cry can change your whole goddamn day. Having a good cry when you and I know, like I said, I ain't scared. I ain't worried about nobody hearing it. I know for me, I could turn on the shower, go in the shower, and cry until my heart done bust. Till I done gave it
Woo,
everything I got. I don't even have no more tears in the tear ducts. I done gave it everything I
I hear
got.
that.
And by the time I get out this shower, guess what? Shit gotta keep
You feel
going. Life gotta
renewed.
keep going. I got shit to fucking do. Yeah, I feel renewed. I don't let it go. Because the fact of the matter is, I feel like too many people get held up on trying to hold it in. But I get it. You might not want to let somebody see you cry. You might not want to cry right there in front of somebody. And that's okay. That's what I'm saying, what works for you. But when you in private and ain't nobody, let that shit
True
out. Let
story.
that shit
I'm
go.
I'm be,
Because I'm
I
telling
think
you,
about
what
like
will end up happening is you will feel so much better in the long run.
true story. I used to feel like tears were a sign of weakness or were like emotionally unacceptable in our community. I really did feel that way.
Okay,
I used to feel like people, like I was cry as a kid and somebody would be like, tighten up. And I was like,
man,
ooh, okay, let me tighten up, right? Like I'm not going to show my emotions that way. And then I think that what happens when we don't vet our emotions properly, that sadness turns into anger. And then I thought it was more socially acceptable to walk around with some anger
because
opposed to vetting my emotions through tears. And I had to switch the gear on that one. I had to be so honest with people. Like, I remember like when my father put me in karate and when like my parents bought me a little boxing bag. They was like, yo, take it out on this when you're feeling angry. So I started to feel like, okay, it's easier for me to vent my emotions through hitting something than it was for me showing tears. It took me to a big grown age
Mm-hmm.
to fully get comfortable with the idea of letting other people see me cry. Like crying in private, cool. But it took me to
You
a
know
big
what? I
grown
ain't gonna
age
even
before
hold
I
you.
was comfortable for letting people see me stream a little tear down my face because I felt like it challenged something within
Mm-hmm.
me to let other people see me in a vulnerable space. And now that I'm an adult, I tell people this: if that's what I need to do for myself to regroup, if that's what helps me get to my healing space, then I don't give a damn about who's onlooker and what they think of that moment because tears are
Mm-hmm.
cathartic.
I, I ain't gonna even hold you. I commend you for now being able to do that because I ain't gonna lie. So, I know from my background, and people who know me know, I'm the only girl in the all boys world. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever when it comes to my
Mm-hmm.
background. So crying and doing all that wasn't an option because remind you, as a black man, ain't too much crying they doing either in public. You dig what I'm saying? So now that
Facts.
kind of gets put onto you. So I will say, even now in my day and age, I don't have too many friends that probably can say they see me cry. Even with you, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I have too many friends that can say they caught
And
me crying with a bunch of
but you
things
know,
that I have taken on. You know what I mean? So
but I'm gonna
it,
be
with
real.
that, it's kind of
Somebody
like,
called me out on that.
I
Some
because you have done it.
because somebody called me out on it.
Yeah,
It
I
was like
commend you
I feel like
okay.
it was like somebody called me out on that. I felt like I was holding it. I was constantly holding it. Like I would be upset with myself if anybody saw me become emotional. Like I said, I thought it was like me tapping into a sign of weakness. And
Hmm.
then, like I said, it was more acceptable for me to yell, to scream, and to be angry than it was for me to express what I was dealing with through tears. And if anybody knows this about me, like I'm a Cancer, and people always widely describe cancers as being the emotional sign. But we flip like a light switch. Like I said, you can get it hot or cold either way
Okay.
that you want it. So I tell people all of the time, like I was just this person that I was always good at processing my emotions inward until it became too much for me to manage. And then now I feel like it's better for me to address it the way that I need to address it. If I have to stream cry, if I have to stop and give
Mhm.
myself an opportunity, I can't worry about what you think
Yeah,
because it's not a sign of weakness. I can make impulsive decisions
okay.
if I don't allow myself to really vet how I feel. And like I said, I think I grew up in a household where, like you said, it wasn't
Yeah.
equal. It wasn't acceptable. Like I really didn't see people
Yeah,
around
no,
me showing that type
it
of
wasn't.
emotion. My family is not big criers. I'll be real. They're not super big huggers.
Yeah.
That's never been my squad. So I wasn't
So
somebody who
I'll say
embraced that,
this.
but it took friends to call me out and say, it's okay to cry. It's okay to access this level
Mm.
of emotion. And now I'm even more comfortable with it.
So here's how I feel like nobody ever called me out because I feel like we're all in the same boat. I feel like I have a lot of friends that are all in the same boat. So nobody ever really called me out to be like, oh, it's okay to cry, it's okay to this, it's okay to that, because yada yada yada, because we all rocking in the same boat. Now I've had friends that be like, hey, if shit get hard, come talk to me, come holler at me, let me know what's going on. This, that, and the third. Like you ain't gotta hold it in, you can express yourself. As far as family, like you said, like I said, I'm a girl in the all boys world, so definitely not crying. As far as hugging, I will say this: we weren't a hugging family, we weren't. But I feel like in the now, I feel like people try to correct what happens because you always want to make better as you
Facts.
go on. You want to make the generation better. So what happens is, I know for me, like my mother told me, like her mother never said "I love you" to each other. They knew they loved each other, but it was never a verbal confirmation. It was never something that was said. So me and my
I
mother,
got you.
no matter what
Yeah, that's a
happens,
big one.
if we get on the phone, we talking about groceries. I love you too. This, that, and the third. We hug, we do these
And
different things. But when it comes to my cousin, I talk about him all the
that,
time because I tell him like, you know what? Now that I see growing up, I be like, you know what? You didn't get enough hugs as a child, and I feel like it's vice versa, both of us. You feel what I'm saying? So now, even with our grown age, I take time out just to hug him, just to be like, hey, give me a hug, come hug me, come
and
do this,
you,
because sometimes that's what you need, and you don't even know you need
you
it.
say, that's a fact. You said something that me and my sister, we had to have those conversations too. And like being realizing that, as kids, we always played, we were always locked in. And we had different phases where, when you're growing up with your siblings, that you're closer in some parts and you're distant at some parts of life, but hugging each other. And I had to say this, I was like, we weren't really big huggers, right? And I was like, I'm now a person where I can honestly say, when I
Mm-hmm.
go around my parents, I'm saying, I'm going to hug my mama. And my mama is like, she was always one to she was always one to
I'm gonna
give a
make you
hug. But
hug
I
me,
was like, I think I
goddamn it.
embraced that more.
I'm gonna make you hug
I'm going to
me.
tell you, that's what I said. I was like, I've turned into that
I
person
hug
where now I'm
you.
like, bring it in for the real
I'm gonna make
thing.
you hug me.
Even, you're one of my closest friends. You're one of my best friends. My other homie, one of my best friends. We don't get off the phone without saying I love you. And I love that about my friends because years ago, that was such a struggle word for me. That was a struggle
Yes.
expression for me. And so now that I have the type of friends that I can truly give them their flowers and let them know that I care, that is an open space because a lot of people don't
Mm-hmm.
have access to that. And like you mentioned, there's a lot of Black men in our
Let me
community.
tell
I don't know
you.
if they tell their homeboys that they love them, or they tell their mamas that they love
No.
them, but a lot
They
of people
probably
got to
do.
walk into a space
Some
where
of
you
them
got to
do.
have that type of conversation. Some people do, but it depends on
Yes,
how
some
you
of them
grew
do.
up.
I definitely, yes, I definitely have a couple people, males that I know that when they get off the phone with their homeboys, cousins, whatever, whatever, they gonna be like, love you too, bro, da 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 da. It's all love, whatever, whatever, whatever. I'll say this, even like I didn't even realize until you said it. I know me and you now say it now or whatever, because I feel like we done been through some shit now. We done been through the trenches. Yeah, we done been through some shit. But I will tell you now, I
Mm-hmm.
have a cousin that I have known since birth. You feel me? Like, granted, like I said, we not blood, but that's blood to me, and I don't give a fuck what nobody say. But when I tell you, me and this chick probably did not start saying I love you to each other till like last year. When I tell you, because what happened was she said love you to another chick, and I said, wait a minute, bitch, I didn't know you. You know what I'm saying? 30 something years, bitch, and you ain't never said love you to me. Fuck you talking about. I was like, fuck kind of shit you got going on? You want to say like to another bitch? Like you met that girl 3 years, like 2 years ago. You want to say like you heard, but you ain't gonna say like you mean? Fuck you got going on? But we didn't realize that we were at that, like we just talked about, that we were in a space where like it was something that wasn't normal to us. That it wasn't normal to say
Yes.
these things. It wasn't normal. Like we didn't realize that. Like
Look,
because
I'm gonna tell you
granted,
right now.
we family wise, we
When
grew up
I
in the
see
same households. We didn't know.
right when I see other people of color, I'm at a point where we all family at this point. Hey, kinfolk. Hey, cousin. I went to the
Both of
African
y'all
American
family.
Day parade out here. In Harlem, yeah. And I was like, and everybody that we saw each other, it would be like, hey, cousin, hey, family, we at the picnic, we at the barbecue together. We have to get back to that space because, like I said, I think that back in the day, that was like a spirit of protection, right? Like everybody was like, you don't need to show all of this emotion because we have to present as these strong, willful people
Facts.
all of the time. And that you got to keep up that brave face with everything that you do. Like I said, never let them see you sweat. And that's a fact. I respect both realities. But there's a time where you should have comfortable
Yes.
vulnerability around
I
people
feel
that
like
you
that
rock with.
comes.
You shouldn't fear being vulnerable in your own home. You shouldn't fear being vulnerable around people that care about
No.
you and respect and have love for you. If you can't be vulnerable around those people, then what you doing out
You
here
should
in this
always be
world?
comfortable in your own home. Hmm. You should always be comfortable in your own home. You
That's
should
the
always be
whole
open.
thing.
No. Certain things, but like you said, it's it's like we talked about before. It's how you grow up. It's how you're raised. And I feel like everybody is trial and error. And we're all just learning and trying to make better of a situation. Our parents are trying to be better. We're trying to be better. And then if later on down the line, if we have kids, so forth and so on, they're trying to be better too. And that's all it is. Because that's all you can do is try to be better the next time. Because it's no, like I tell people all the time, it's no book to this. It's no book to how to live. It's no
It's
life
not.
book. It's no how to be
I
a
think
parent book. It's no how to be a sister book, how to be a mother book. It's no book to none of this. We're all learning at the same
it's
time.
not.
It's no book to
I
tell you how
I
to be
think
all
that
these things. It's not.
the actions had to catch up to the words. Like I said, I knew that I was loved every time we got up and went to church on Sunday. I knew that I was loved because it was in the food that was prepared for me. I knew that I was loved. because it was in the gatherings and in
That's
the
right.
celebrations where we did come around another. But like I said, it maybe wasn't always communicated in the verbiage, right? So I feel like now the actions match the conversation. And that's what we had to get to that growing
Yeah.
pace. A part
It
of
matches
breaking
words.
generational curses is that the actions that took place, I knew that I had shelter. I knew that I had food. I knew that I had things that I needed
You
growing
knew
up.
you were
But
loved
I feel
by
like
the
now it all
action.
matches. You knew
Yeah.
that you were loved by the action. I think that now we
Yeah.
also have
You
to
knew
make
you were
sure that
loved
our
by the
actions and our
action.
words
And
align.
now,
Yeah.
yes, we want you to know verbally I love you with the action as well. I'm doing acts of service to
Mm-hmm.
let you know I love you, but I want you to verbally know I love you as well with the acts of service. It's not just, oh, me acting like I love you or me showing you things to be like, I guess they love me because they do this. I guess they love me because they're making me meals. I guess they love me because they got a roof over my head. It's saying, hey, I do all these things so I love you, but I want you to know I love you.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And we gotta, like I said, we gotta get back to that healing space. We gotta get back to that joy. Like I said, if you haven't done it
That's
already,
right.
create a music playlist that brings your whole family together. Make that cross-generational playlist that motivates the
You ain't
masses,
lying.
that gets your family inspired and encouraged and gets you back to that loving space. Have conversations with your loved ones over Sunday dinner. What you said, friend, again, hashtag
That's right.
bring back Sunday dinner. Like, we gotta put that on a
Bring
t-shirt.
back Sunday dinner.
But
Hashtag bring back Sunday dinner. No, for real.
right?
But you ready to
But
send them out, man?
we about to send them out. Like I said, it's been a pleasure. Everybody rocking with us, whether you're streaming this on Facebook, Riverside, Instagram, TikTok, however you tuned in. If you missed this episode, it will be on YouTube, coming to you real soon. Catch up
YouTube.
on some of our later episodes. If you haven't heard the conversation, as always, is love all around us right now. I'm your girl, Miss Well and Woke, kicking it with the homie, Lady A Savage. Any final words, homie?
You already know. Anything y'all want to hear from us, topics, savage questions, DM, do all those type of things. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Like my homegirl say all the time, we love y'all for free.
And we out of here. Much love.
We out.